Greetings and welcome. So today's yoga session is one that just about anybody can play with. And especially for those of you who may have some mobility issues through the legs, maybe you're nursing an injury, or maybe you're just not really up to doing any type of standing postures today. This is the practice for you because we're going to use a chair to support us. Okay, so the chair that I'd like you to bring to your practice today as a prop is one that preferably doesn't have any arms, right? That'll get in the way there, but does still have some back support. All right. Now, if your chair is high and doesn't really allow the feet to root, not to worry. You can use a bolster or maybe stack some blankets, right, or towels so that your feet can actually ground and root. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. We'll start off with just the posture itself. So if you're sitting back in your chair and you're sort of chilling, let's come off of the back support. Maybe scoot forward a little bit. All right, in such a way that, again, your feet can root and your sit bones can root, right? So by simply bringing the feet and the sit bones, right, to ground, we're actually bringing the tallness that we need, right, so that we can allow the breath to flow freely as we breathe. Another thing that helps with the posture is taking your gaze forward, right? And imagining the top of your head making its way up to the sky. Just do it subtly. Again, let your hands rest on the tops of your legs. And your feet are about hip width apart. Yeah. Cool. Now you're ready to start breathing. All right. So feel free to close your eyes if you wish. Maybe bring them to a soft gaze. And let's take the breath through the nose. All right. So we're simply going to do this to find some presence and check in inside. All right, so the lips come together and we consciously now breathe through the nose, inhaling and exhaling. And just take about 4 or 5 more cycles, going at your rhythm, your pace, your length. Beautiful. All right, you're all ready to go. All right, so let's start opening up a little bit more now, along with the breath. So we'll go to some shoulder shrugs. First one's really simple. All right, simply bring your shoulders up towards your ears as you inhale. Nice, and then as you exhale, just let them come back down. Maybe feeling a little tickly sensation there, and just go a few more times, inhaling up towards the ears. Exhaling back down. We'll go one more time. Inhale up. And exhale back down. Awesome. All right, now let's make circles. So we'll come up. Then start letting those shoulders go forward. So feeling the shoulder blades open up, and then down. Feeling the trapezius open up, and then back. Shoulder blades coming together, and then all the way back up towards the ears, and just do that a few more times. Hopefully feeling the base of the neck open up, maybe a little bit more tickling sensation. Feels really good. Good sign that you're opening things up. One more time. And then reverse the direction. A lot of stress carried there in the base of the neck. So this is a really nice movement with breath to open that up. All right, now let's focus on the neck a little bit. So take your gaze forward once again, resting the hands on the tops of your thighs. And imagine the tip of your nose. It's got a little bit of paint on there, and you want to make circles. You want to do a little painting. All right, so just start small. And maybe going whatever direction you want, clockwise or counterclockwise. Start opening up those circles a little bit more. And then find the other direction. And then just enjoy the openness now. More through the trapezius, more through the neck. And not stopping at the base of the neck now, but actually feeling the mid and upper neck section open up. Good. When you've got some balance between both directions, go ahead and come back to center. All right, we'll open it up just a little bit more now. So take a deep inhale here, straight up. And then exhale, let the left ear come towards the left shoulder. So now you're opening up the side of the neck. Good. Inhale, come back up. And exhale the right ear towards the right shoulder. Give it a pause there for a breath. And then inhale back up to center. Beautiful. Pause here. All right. Let's take that lengthening a little bit further now. All right. So let's take the right arm. Inhale it up towards the sky. All right. Bend your right elbow. Let the right hand rest along the left side of your skull. Okay. Then take your left arm either right along the side or maybe up about 45-degree angles, and then create some length now through the base of that neck on the left side. So we're not shoving the ear down, the right ear into the shoulder, but rather just sort of guiding some lengthening through the base of the neck, dropping that left shoulder just a little bit more. Be really careful, always listening to the body, making sure you're not inflicting any pain. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and bring the head back up to being vertical. Release the head. Inhale the arm all the way up, right arm. And then exhale it back down along the side there. Okay? Pause here. Maybe reconnect, right, with your tallness. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. All right? So inhale, take the left arm up. Find some length there while you're on the way. Exhale, bend that left elbow. And place the left hand along the right side of your skull now. All right. And then take that right arm. You can leave it where it is, or maybe take it out just a little bit, and then create some length here. Just guiding the skull right over to the left, but focusing more on lengthening. Maybe that right shoulder dropping just a little bit more. One more breath. Nicely done. All right, right arm comes back down. Slowly come back to a vertical spine through the neck. Release the skull. Inhale, take the left arm back up. And exhale it back down along the side there. All right, let's focus a little bit more on lengthening now the sides of your body, the torso, as well as lengthening the arms. So take your arms out, sort of like mountain pose, right? So the palms are facing forward. You got broadens through the shoulders, your rib cage and navel are coming in. So you're getting some toning, some engagement through the midsection. And then inhale, take the arms out, reach them all the way up to the sky. Okay? Let the palms face each other. Now, feeling the ground, right, with your feet and the sit bones feeling the chair, create a little bit more rooting there and then just create some length. Taking the fingertips up a little higher. Navel a little bit closer to the spine, and just really enjoy that opening through the midsection. And take one more breath there. Nice, and then exhale, take the arms all the way back down, palms facing the chair. Awesome. All right, now let's move on to a little bit of a twist. Okay? Check back in with your legs, your posture, make sure the knees, the feet are still hip width apart. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll first take your right hand and reach back to some part of the chair. Okay, then take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. Now come back to your tallness. Make sure that you're still tall, rooting through the sit bones, and then just gently, using your hands, your arms, gently guide your way over to the right. And keep those knees square, keep the hips square. Feel the top of your head come up a little bit higher as the sit bones root a little bit deeper. And maybe one more breath here. Cool. All right, let's come back to center as you exhale. Go ahead and switch it up, taking the left hand behind you, finding some part of the chair to connect with, and then take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Sit tall. And then gently make your twist over to the left. We'll just pause here for a few breaths. Feeling the upper part of the spine, right? Doing most of the twisting. Shoulders are broad. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and follow the breath coming back to center. And come out of that twist. All right, let's put a little bit more attention to the feet now. All right, so feel the balls of the feet and the heels, especially balls of the feet and the heels rooting, and then just lift all 10 toes. Lift them up, maybe make some space in between the toes. Good. And then let them come back down. And then just follow the breath a few more times. Inhale, lift the toes. Notice other parts of the body, right? As you're making various movements, focus movements in particular parts. All right, check in with other parts of the body. Make sure that you're not wasting any other energy. You know, some of us have a tendency to bring those shoulders up when we lift those toes. Just let them relax. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale, lift them up. And exhale, toes back down. Good. Now, let's work on lifting the heels, right? And working the calves a little bit. So with your next inhale, just lift the heels. Keep the balls of the feet rooted. And exhale them back down. Good. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Check in with your sit bones. Make sure they're still rooted. Make sure you've got the toning going on through the midsection. And heels coming back down. Very nice. All right, now a little bit of leg extension. All right? So sit back just a little bit. All right? And just bring your hands to the edges of the feet. Or excuse me, the edges of the chair. And then let's go ahead and just extend that right leg to whatever degree you want. Now make sure the bottom of the leg is resting on the chair, and then just do a little bit of pointing and flexing with a foot. Yeah, opening up the calf a little bit more, as well as all those muscles along the shins. Good. So flexing and pointing. And then a little rotation of the ankle. And it makes no difference how high the leg lifts. You know, if you're closer to the ground, that's okay. Whole idea is just to get some mobility going through the ankle and the feet. Go in both directions on those ankles. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and bring that right foot back down. Reconnect. All right, and then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So just sending that left leg forward. Right, starting out with a flexing and pointing. Remember to keep breathing. Good. When you feel like you've got balance between both sides, and go ahead and move to rolling those ankles. Opening them up. And notice the mobility between the right side and the left side. There's always a little bit of a difference there. Unless you're super lucky and you're balanced there, then cool. Make sure and go in both directions. I played a lot of soccer over the years, so this left ankle took a lot more sprains, twists over the years, so a little bit less mobility. And when you're ready to come down, come on back down. All right, now, again, make sure that you've got a nice connection through your sit bones, nice rooting through the legs. And now we're going to go ahead and draw this right knee. We're going to lift it up. Take your hands in front of your knee and just pause here. All right, just pause here. Reconnect with all the different points of rooting that you have, right? Through the left foot, through the sit bones. Bring a little bit of toning through the midsection, and then just maybe bring that right knee up a little bit closer to your chest. And just pause there for a few more breaths. Again, don't let the shoulders creep up towards the ears. Keep them broad, right? As they come down, this might cultivate a little bit more tallness through your spine. Gaze straight ahead. Beautiful. All right, now take that right knee out a little bit. And if you've got enough mobility to do this, we're going to move to a figure 4. So really important to keep the lower and upper leg aligned as you move to figure 4. Something that'll help is to keep that right foot flexed. All right. So if you've made it here, just pause here and be with this. All right. Maybe offering up a little bit more openness to the hip by placing your right hand on the inside of the right knee and just gently, right? Gently, not forcing, but just gently guiding the hip to open up. Now, if you're still down here and you can't quite get that figure 4 going, just take the right leg out. and enjoy a nice hip opener here. All right, so you've got 90-degree angles at both knees, sitting tall, and just enjoy the openness there. Okay, we'll take a few more breaths wherever you are, enjoying the sensations, the feelings. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and come back now, carefully bringing that right foot back down onto the floor. Okay? All right, let's do the same thing with the other side. If you had the hip open, you're bringing that right foot forward, and we're all meeting right here. And now let's go through hugging the legs first. So hugging the leg first. So bring the left knee up towards the sky. Take your hands in front of that knee and just draw that knee in towards your rib cage, towards your chest. All right, a little bit of grounding through the right foot. Feel the sit bones rooting as well, and stay nice and tall. So that sternum is lifting up. And that action, hopefully bringing some toning, right, through the midsection, through the abdominals. And then we're ready now for the figure four, or the hip opening over to the side. All right, so make your way to whichever posture you want. So just remembering to keep those legs aligned, keep the left foot flexed as you bring that ankle across the right knee. And we'll just be here, right, or here, or some level of openness, right? Maybe you're just here at 45, it doesn't matter, as long as you're enjoying some openness of those hips. All right, take a few more breaths. Still sitting tall, wide open channels, letting that breath continuously flow through your body. All right, I think we've got balance between both sides. So carefully, all right, return back to that neutral seated position. Okay, and we'll just pause here, so to do a little bit of a reset. Again, maybe through our chair mountain pose. So the arms at your sides, palms facing forward, nice rooting through the sit bones, a little more through the feet, bringing some tallness there. Beautiful. All right, now goddess pose, probably one of the more strenuous postures to do while you're standing. Guess what? We can do it on the chair. All right, so let's take the legs out. And while we take the legs out, open up the hips. All right, be mindful of keeping those knees aligned with your toes. Again, this is going to protect your knees, right? Prevent them from doing any torquing. So you may want to use your hands to sort of lift yourself up a little bit as you walk the legs out to whatever degree you wish. All right, nice. So just pause here. Again, rib cage, navel into spine, find that nice vertical spine. And you can just stay here with the hands resting on the tops of the thighs. If you want to bring some more lengthening through the sides of the body, you can just inhale those arms out, reach them up to the sky. All right. Maybe stay here for a few breaths. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can interlace your fingers and send the palms up. Nice, and add a little bit more lengthening now as the palms go up to the sky. Feel your sit bones rooting deeper and really create some lengthening there now. Little drawing of the navel into the spine. And then actually softening through the belly a little bit. Let that psoas enjoy some of the lengthening as well. Okay, take one more breath. If the hands are here, go ahead and interlace release the interlaced fingers. And if they're here, all right, together now, we'll let the arms come all the way back out with the exhale, down along the sides of the body. Beautiful. Let the hands rest back on the tops of the thighs to meet with everyone else. And then we'll go ahead and shift the legs back to center. How we doing? All right, back to our neutral chair position here. Maybe another breath of that chair mountain pose. All right, last standing posture will be warrior two. All right, Virabhadrasana 2. All right, now I'm going to show you a gentler approach first. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take this right leg And we'll take it out to create a 90-degree angle here. Now again, if you can't open the hip as wide as that, just take it out to whatever degree that you can. Now what I'd like you to do is have that right leg perpendicular, or actually parallel with this edge of the chair. So if the hips can't get wide enough, then just shift yourself so that this femur, right, is parallel with this edge of the chair. So maybe you're here. Okay? Maybe you're here. All right, so far so good? All right, now for those of you who have the mobility, one other thing. Shift your weight back just a little bit more so you can offer up a little bit more support to that right leg, right? Because where we're going to go next, right, with this left leg back, if you've got the mobility, you want to have a little bit more support here through the leg. Okay, so if you're game for taking that left leg back to a to look like a traditional warrior two, start making your way back with that left leg. Okay, now it's really important to root that left foot. All right, so bring the rooting there, and then just depending on how much openness you have through the hips, bring whatever openness you have, and then let's turn it into complete the warrior now. So you're sending the right arm forward, left arm back. You're taking that gaze just beyond the fingertips. Beautiful. Feel the fingertips, right? Right fingertips going forward, left fingertips going behind you. Feet are rooted. Nice. Now let's go for that reverse warrior. All right. Let your left hand come down onto that left leg. Now if you're here, just going to let that left hand come to the side of the chair. Okay. And then we're going to breathe that right arm up to the sky and just enjoy more lengthening there through the right side. Maybe even take the right arm back a little bit, depending on how much mobility you have there. Take another breath. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to move to extended side angle or Parsvakonasana. So with your next exhale, you're going to bring that right elbow down to connect with that right knee. Yeah. And then you're going to bring that left arm up and create that beautiful line running through the left side. And you're going to pause here for a couple breaths. All right, now, again, if you are here, right, you're simply taking the right elbow here and creating the same sort of lengthening. Imagining the sit bone on the left side being your foot instead of the actual foot. Starting your breath there at the left sit bone and then just creating that nice lengthening through the left side. Beautiful. Taking one more breath there. And then with your next inhale, we're going to come all the way up and exhale that arm all the way back down. Beautiful. All right, now let's come out of this posture. So this is probably the more tricky one. So just be really, really gentle as you come back out of it, maybe using the chair to use as another contact point, right? And then we'll all come back to the center of the chair and just pause here for a few breaths. Now I'll tell you, even when my legs are healthy and I'm able to perform standing postures, it's actually kind of nice to get down in the chair and really enjoy the opening that the chair allows you to experience right through the hips with Warrior Two. All right, ready to go to the second side? All right, let's do it. So we'll start with phase one, right? Taking that left leg now out and scooting, right, the right sit bone a little bit over to the right so you can rest more of that left leg on the chair. Okay? Staying here, maybe reducing the angle here at the where the legs meet. All right, and staying tall. Or going with the third option of opening up that right side now, taking the right leg back. Beautiful. And then taking those arms out forward and back once again. Beautiful. Taking your gaze straight ahead and just taking a few breaths here, really enjoying those open wings, right? Open heart, open through the chest. The hips are open to whatever degree is right for your body. All right, and then we'll go ahead and go to a reverse warrior. So inhale, Lift that left arm as the right hand comes down to your right leg or to the chair. If you want to open it up a little bit more through the left side, feel free to. Now I find taking the gaze up to that lifted hand helps to open up the neck a little bit more. Nice. All right, let's transition to the extended side angle. So we're going to gently now bring that left elbow down to connect with that left knee and reach the right arm up and over to create that nice lengthening through the right side. And taking a few more breaths here. Opening up the heart. And careful not to dump on that leg if possible. So if you find yourself sort of resting on that shoulder, try and liven it up a little bit, unless the body's just not up for it. And use a little bit more toning through the midsection. And then when you're ready to come up, inhale, slowly rise back up. Exhale the right hand back down along the right leg. And then if you're here, just gently bringing that right leg back to center. And the rest of us shifting the left leg now, coming back to face straight ahead. You guys are doing great, I can tell. All right, back to your neutral posture. We're going to go with one more now. Actually, two more postures. We're going to go with a forward fold. All right, Paschimottanasana from the chair. Yes, it's possible. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let's bring the hands to the hips. And from here, we're going to inhale, get a little tall again, remembering to root through the sit bones. Now, as you exhale, right, draw the navel to the spine, make some space there, and then just come forward to whatever degree you can. And let that torso come down and rest on your thighs. And then the chin coming towards the chest. Now, if you've got enough space to allow your arms to come down towards the feet, please do. And let that head be heavy. And enjoy that gentle lengthening of the lower back. Through the upper spine, through the neck. Take another breath here. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and take your hands back either to your hips or to the edges of the chair. And then pause there with an exhale. And then with your next inhale, take your gaze forward. Yeah. Bring some length to the spine. Send the hips back. Pause there for another exhale. And then toning that midsection, toning the abdominals. Inhale. Slowly come up, feeling the feet root. Then the sit bones rooting. And you're right back up. All right, let's go ahead and counter that with one more heart opener. So arms at your sides, back to that mountain pose. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And this time hook the thumbs. Keep your gaze straight ahead. Reach the fingertips up so your palms are facing forward. And the ears are right in between the arms. Right? Now, keeping the lumbar pretty much stacked right up above the hips, focus on opening up your hearts. So maybe taking the arms back a little bit and just feeling your sternum sort of tilt upwards like this. Yeah. Keeping the ears still between the arms, maybe the gaze slightly up, a little tilt to the pelvis. Take one more breath. Beautiful. Inhale straight up. Release the thumbs. Exhale. Arms coming all the way back down along the sides of your body. Very nice. All right, hands back on the tops of your thighs. Close your eyes and just give yourselves a few moments with your breath, with your thoughts, with your intentions. Enjoy the new space that you've so cleverly created while sitting on a chair. Be grateful for our practice today. Hands come together at our hearts. Namaste. Be well, my friends. Take good care until next time.